Well, hello, my friends. I'm excited to be here with three wonderful individuals. We're talking about the Mid-America Council, their Big Give Luncheon, the BSA Big Give Luncheon coming up on December 6th. So with me today, I've got Ryan Pickett, the Chief Development Officer for the Mid-America Council of the Boy Scouts of America, Clayton Anderson, President and CEO of Strategic Air Command and Aerospace Museum, and also slash astronaut. And I also have Beth Kramer, who's the honorary chair of this year's Big Give Luncheon. So thank you, everyone, for joining me today.
Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So, hey, Ryan, let's start with you. Let's just talk a little bit about the organization and who do you serve?
Yeah, great question, Andy. Thank you so much for having us on today.
Sure.
So we're pretty spread out. We serve 58 counties in Nebraska, Iowa, and one county in South Dakota. Just over 8,100 kids in those 58 counties. We do serve boys and girls in our program, so we're very, very excited about that. We've got a broad range of programs, so everybody kind of knows or can think of the traditional scouting programs, our Cub Scouts and our Scouts BSA, elementary school, and then older age Scouts, both boys and girls in both those programs. Yeah. So those are our traditional scouting programs. We've got a couple of others, our career exploration program, which is for teenagers, male and female as well, opportunity for those kids to get experiences in career fields. And then our newest program, which is our STEM and Invention Scouts program. Both male and female are included in that program as well. Right now, that's elementary and middle school age, really hands-on, really STEM career related, some after school opportunities with that as well. But we're pretty spread out, and we like to serve as diverse of a population as we can, Andy.
Yeah. And I tell you, I mean, everything that the organization does, I mean, it continues to grow and really expand your reach, who you impact, and also the programs that you offer. And I love seeing that. So Beth, I'm going to ask you, I mean, the Big Give Luncheon, you're the honorary chair. I mean, first, why, I mean, being an honorary chair, and being asked to be an honorary chair, you have a big connection to the organization. So to kind of tell us your why.
Well, thank you so much. It's my husband and myself are both the honorary chairs, so we're a team. So you know the duo is on top of it.
Sure.
My husband is an Eagle Scout. I have 3 boys, 2 of whom are Eagle Scouts, and one that is working towards that. He just needs to get his project going. So my family has been involved in scouting for a very long time. And one of the things that I personally appreciate, and as I look around, you know, you can tell who's a scout. Scouting brings the best out of a lot of the kids who participate. It promotes giving back to the community. It makes the boys and girls that do participate very well-rounded in terms of, you know, they've got to learn to cook. But my oldest son, his 7th grade science project and Eagles, or one of his badges was aerospace, and he did some science project with, yes, oh, and it gets better, Clayton. In 7th grade, he did this for a school project, got a badge for it, for this stealth technology. He is going to graduate this spring from college, and he is going into aerospace engineering. So I will tell you, that is, I'm not going to say it's all directly from Scouts by any means, but it was those experiences that he was able to develop an interest and to find something that he liked. That's in Scouts, you have to try a broad range of badges, you know, from, like I said, from cooking to telecommunications to civic engagement. And it just builds such great character in these kids. You know, my family went hiking in Peru 2 summers ago, and I will tell you, my boys, we were covered. Because of scouts, they knew exactly what to do.
Mm, yeah. I mean, yeah, and so true. I mean, so true. Uh, and I know, just being this day, this luncheon really kind of brings the community together to celebrate what this organization is all about. Clayton Anderson, you are the keynote speaker this year. I am gonna just say this. I actually saw you speak at the BBB Torch Awards a month or so ago. You were fantastic. So whoever's listening to this, it was just you were just really great and really inspirational and also very funny. Um, but for this event specifically, what about this organization? What does it mean to you? What's your why?
Well, first of all, I don't need this kind of pressure, Andy. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. But with all that being said, thank you very much. I was a Boy Scout, and I think that's important now. As a Boy Scout, I was somewhat of a failure, but I can blame it on another entity, and that's adults. Because when I was scheduled to get my star and my Life Scout ranks and then move into my Eagle Scout work, I was already doing my God and Country. And unfortunately, the Ashland BSA Troop 130 folded because there were no parent volunteers anymore.
Oh.
And so I get it, right? I understand this whole process. I'm a big advocate. Everything that Beth said about community engagement, about well-rounded. I think people that are well-rounded make better citizens for the United States of America. And I may talk about that a little bit, but I'm excited to do this for this organization of which I was a part. I'm a storyteller at heart, so I plan to tell some stories. I don't want to give anything away, but it's important that people know that they are just like me and that I came from small town America in Ashland, Nebraska, and I was able to achieve some amazing things, but I did not achieve any of those amazing things without the help of many, many others. So I'm very excited to do this. I hope that I can step it up and, be the best keynote speaker they've ever had.
Well, I actually have no doubt that you can accomplish that. So again stay on December 6th. People come out, you can learn more. How can we register for the event? But before we go there, I'm going to backtrack for a minute. How does this event support scouting? I'll ask that to you, Ryan. And you can attend this event at no charge. I mean, this truly is a community event.
Yeah, great question. Kind of a unique and special luncheon, if you will, and especially in the Omaha area. While it is not a ticketed event, we are highly encouraging everyone in attendance to support with the financial gift, which we'll make that pretty clear leading up to the event and then during the event from the stage. So it is a fundraising event. Our goal and our aspirations are to raise over $500,000 the day of. It is one of our largest fundraising events that the Mid-America Council does. We're pretty excited that this year we've got 3 satellite locations. Their locations will look almost exactly identical to the CHI Center in Omaha. They'll have an opportunity to hear Astronaut Anderson speak, and then they'll have some local ties before and after the keynote, where they'll have scouts and families up on stage and they'll be able to tell some local stories. So we're very excited. I think, some folks giving up a whole day to drive back and forth to Omaha 3.5 hours doesn't really work. So we provided the opportunity in some of those areas across our counties. Yeah,
that is bravo. That's a great way to get more people involved and without that drive and be there in their communities. So
absolutely. Yeah. So where does the money go?
Just increasing that pressure.
You're gonna have even more people out there.
Listen,
Yeah.
Clayton spoke at our Jubilee event last year and knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
He was hands down the easiest choice for keynote this year. So we appreciate him jumping in. But yeah, to answer your question, Andy, the where does the money raised go? So I think that's probably the most important question, right? We want to make sure every dollar goes to the right spot. 84% of our expenses as an organization go to program. And I think that's pretty important when talking to donors to let them know, just for instance, over $300,000 of our expenses go to program supplies for events. So our families that participate in overnight events, weekend events, day activities, there's all kinds of outdoor experiences and beyond. There's a significant amount of money that it takes to make those events function and provide the program materials needed. I think the other important thing that I like to highlight is the money given back to families who otherwise may not be able to join the program. The fees could potentially be prohibitive. So we spend just shy of $100,000 on scholarships just for families that wouldn't otherwise be able to afford the fees to join scouting. And I think that's pretty important. And that's just that type of scholarship. So we also north of $75,000 in post-secondary education scholarships. So we have a plethora of different opportunities and avenues for families to kind of tear down that barrier of, hey, the fee's too expensive or the price is too high. We'll never turn a family away or a young man or young woman away. So I can confidently say that the money donated will be very well spent, and we're very methodical about how it's spent.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Ryan, because I think that is so important that there are families that can't afford just amazing opportunities for kids to do so much, and that impacts their lives, I mean, forever into adulthood and beyond, and then go a step further, impacts then their children. So being able to provide that, and that's the money, what some of this money raised goes to. So let's talk about so how do people find out about the event? Where can they go? I'm kind of glancing over here because I've got your website popped up with lots of information. Like you said, it's Wednesday, December 6th at the CHI Health Center, but tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, happy to. So the website is bsabiggive.org. So if you just type that into your web browser, it's going to take you to this nice purple colored themed website. Fantastic picture. We are so honored to have Beth and David and her three boys.
And I'm actually looking at them right here. So
yeah, it's a phenomenal picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just couldn't have picked a better honorary chair family for this year, and so they're highlighted on there. The cool thing about the website is it kind of gives a little story about the Kramer family, obviously astronaut Anderson, and then it's got some other information for our packs and troops. We want our families, our Cub Scout packs and our Boy Scout troops to be able to leverage this event to raise money because they do earn incentives for donations that are given day of. So this event is grassroots. So if you go to bsabiggive.org, you're going to see an opportunity for a business to register for the event and purchase a table. But you're also going to see an opportunity to register as an individual and just join us and hear the great stories. We will highlight the Kramer family. So that will be one of our highlight videos for the scouting program. And then we'll also have a highlight video on our STEM and our career exploring programs. And then obviously our keynote, who's going to be a rock star. So should be a fun day.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm looking over here. It does a little bit about Clayton Anderson. You can go to the website and read more, but the dream of a lifetime. So pop on the website and read a little bit more about Clayton and his adventures. And again, come on out. And I see that this is Omaha, Fort Dodge, Iowa, South Sioux City, Nebraska, Norfolk, Nebraska. And I just think, again, that's amazing that you actually have set these up in these other communities so everybody can really participate and be a part of this incredible day in this luncheon. So any final words? Beth, I'll give you a few seconds. Anything else you want to say?
You know what? I would love to have 1,000 people in that room.
Yeah.
And so if, please come. No gift is too small. And, if you are so inclined, bring a friend. We hope to be able to, like I said, highlight some of the scouts that are currently in the program now. But it really is a fantastic organization that has contributed to our community in so many different ways. And there are, there's lots of organizations out there that support kids. But this one really supports kids for a lifetime, giving them the skills they need to succeed in whatever they choose to do. So let's help me get 1,000 people in that room.
All right. I love that. Clayton,
Ma'am,
any last words before we let you go?
I'm incredibly excited to do this, and I hope I can live up to all this advanced billing. But I love to share stories. I love to share stories with adults and kids who care and who want to be better. And I think that is a key to American success moving forward. Is we have to encourage these kids to see what's possible and to challenge them to make the world better. And if I can send a message similar to that on December 6th, is December 6th or it's I thought it was the 5th. It's the 6th. But anyway, then we'll have a great time.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, Ryan, thank you for coming on. And any last words again?
No, just thank you for having us. And obviously, anybody watching this, bsabiggive.org and join us.
Well, thank you again, Beth, Ryan, and Clayton. And I look forward to seeing all three of you on December 6th and look forward to seeing all of you viewers there as well. So thanks. And don't go away. We will be right back. Well, hello, my friends. I'm excited to be here with Dr. Viv Ewing. She is the president and CEO of Children's Square USA. Viv, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Andy, for the invitation. I'm glad to join you today. We have some exciting news to share.
You do. You've got an amazing event coming up here on November 2nd. And before we get into the event details, let's just talk a little bit about Children's Square USA and what your mission is and who you serve.
That's a really good question. Children's Square is 140 years old, 140. And our mission is really building a brighter future for children and families. The services we provide include a children's emergency shelter, early education childhood center, foster care, aftercare, psychiatric services for youth, outpatient services for youth. Those are some of the major ones that we have in place. We have in-home services called behavior health intervention that we go into the home and provide services for families and children there in terms of skill building, helping to prevent issues from becoming big problems. And we also have a special education school on our campus as well.
And I know too, it has an interesting, just briefly tell us about the beginning. I love this story about how it even came to be.
Yes, the origination is really quite interesting. Back in 1882, a gentleman approached Pastor Lemon and his wife Florence to take in 3 little children. The gentleman was from the community. He had lost his job The community had just suffered a pandemic. Prior to that, there was a flood in the area, a major flood. So the economy was bad. There was a lot of sickness and illness. So his wife had passed away 2 days before Christmas. And so he approached the pastor and wife and said, would you take these children? And after much debate, the pastor finally said, yes, we'll take them in, thinking it was temporary, but the man never came back.
Yeah.
Fast forward over time, more people heard about that and started bringing children in to the pastor and wife. And finally, they had to get a building big enough to hold all these children that were coming. And so back in those days, there was something called the orphan train. And so orphans would come in from other cities, a lot of times from the East Coast, and ended up right in Iowa near Children's Square. So some of those kids came to the campus. It wasn't a campus back then, but it was an orphanage. And then over time, it evolved into what it is today, full wraparound services for children and families.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just amazed at everything Children's Square does. There's so many things. And when we look at the Jason Awards that's coming up again on November 2nd, you know, it really, you're honoring people in the community to help continue to build on the mission of the organization. So let's talk about the Jason Awards and this year, because you've got some really great people that you're honoring. But just the Jason Awards, what is it?
Yes, the Jason Awards has been happening for about 20 years at Children's Square. It's an annual banquet where we recognize individuals who've dedicated a lifetime to helping children and families in the community. This year, we've got 3 wonderful individuals who've been selected for the Jason Award, and that includes Project Harmony, who has a strong reputation in the community nationally and actually internationally of helping children. And Jean Klein will be accepting the award on behalf of Project Harmony. Margaret Goodnow, who is a huge community leader. She spent a lifetime helping children, helping them get on the right track, making sure they had food, making sure they had clothing, teaching them life skills, a wonderful community leader. And then also Pete Tulipana, who's the former CEO of the Iowa West Foundation, who's done tremendous work in the community to make the community better for families and for children.
And during the awards, so is this a Thursday night? Is it a Thursday evening?
It's a Thursday night, and we're having a reception at 5:30. And we will be offering beverages and mingling and a chance to meet the award recipients. And we'll also be doing some photography at that time. And then the actual banquet, the dinner, starts at 7. We will be having a live auction to raise money for our programs and services at Children's Square.
And where is this event taking place at?
It's taking place at the beautiful Mid-America Center in Council Bluffs.
Yeah, and I've been to this event, I mean, many times. And again, it's just such a beautiful evening, and you just feel just the contribution that it does make to the community, and also honoring these individuals.
I would agree.
Yeah. So if people can't attend, how can they support Children's Square?
Yes, several ways. If a person cannot attend, they can certainly make a donation online at childrensquare.org. They can also be a sponsor of the event. We have sponsorship levels at 500, 1,000, and 5,000. Or you can just come by the office and make any type of contribution, or even volunteer for the days leading up to the Jason Awards, where we're assembling materials and that kind of thing. But yes, there's plenty of ways people to get involved and to help, even though they can't attend in person.
Right. And outside of the event, do you need volunteers throughout the year?
You know what we do, Andy? Thank you for bringing that up. Children's Square needs volunteers all year long. We do need volunteers for the Jason Awards. We need volunteers to help assemble centerpieces, to help set the room up, to tear the room down at the end. But throughout the year, we do need volunteers to help us in the office. Sometimes we need help with painting. Sometimes we need help moving materials from one part of the campus to the other. Sometimes it might be small construction projects or just typing letters, but there's a variety of projects where individuals organizations and companies can bring teams to come and volunteer.
That's wonderful. So again, just encouraging everybody to look at their calendars for November 2nd. The website, tell me the website.
The website is basically just children'ssquare.org.
That's
You
easy.
you don't even have to put www, just children'ssquare.org.
Yeah, and there's so much information on your website about the event, but about everything that you do. So, well, anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Yes, I would encourage the community to come out and support this wonderful event. It's a night that you won't forget. We're even bringing some of our children from Children's Square to the event as well. So come one and come all.
All right, Viv. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And again, folks, November 2nd, children'ssquare.org. And again, thank you, Viv, for everything that you do, your organization, and everything.
We'll see you there.
Yep, see you there.